Hi guys, welcome to our daily encounter. Psalm 120 stands in stark contrast to Psalm 119. Psalm 119 is all about God's word, which is founded upon truth. Psalm 120 is all about man's words, which is founded upon lies. As clearly here, the psalmist is dealing with people who were lying and being deceitful and slandering him. I'll just read the psalm real quickly. It's a short psalm, just to give everyone the idea of what's going on here. It says, "In my trouble I cried to the Lord, and he answered me. Deliver my soul, O Lord, from lying lips, from a deceitful tongue. What shall be given to you, and what more shall be done to you, you deceitful tongue? Sharp arrows of the warrior, with the burning coals of the broom tree. Woe is me, for I sojourn in Meshech, for I dwell among the tents of Kedar. Too long has my soul had its dwelling with those who hate peace. I am for peace, but when I speak, they are for war." So clearly the psalmist here is in distress. He says, "In my trouble, I cry to the Lord." He's troubled by these troublemakers, these people who are lying and being deceitful and were slandering him. But underneath all of this, in this psalm, we can find some things that perhaps the psalmist could have found consolation in, and that we can find consolation in as well when people speak against us and speak evil against us. And one of the things is, and perhaps the most obvious thing is that he had the Lord to cry out to in his distress. In verse 1, "In my trouble I cried to the Lord." And what peace and consolation does it bring us when we know that there's a transcendent God, more powerful than any human being on this earth, who renders justice for his afflicted, the one who avenges those who are wrongfully accused. To know that there is a God who has our back, a God who will stand up for us, brings great consolation. The second thing that would bring consolation to the psalmist here is the fact that the words that these people were speaking were actually lies and deceit. How much worse would it have been had these people been speaking out against the psalmist and saying atrocious things about him, and these things actually be true, that the things that they were accusing the psalmist of were actually true. And he would have no defense. He would have no consolation in knowing, hey, at least I'm doing the right thing. At least I know I'm doing the right thing. At least I know God knows I'm doing the right thing. Had he been actually engaged in the very things that they were accusing him of, he would not have that consolation. And so whenever people come up against us and they're lying about us, they're slandering us, at least we can take a little bit of consolation in knowing that they're wrong. They're not telling the truth about us, that we know that we did the right thing, and God knows we did the right thing. And that in and of itself brings comfort. The third thing here is that he behaved correctly, even though they were behaving badly. He says, "I am for peace, but when I speak, they are for war," verse 7. To know that at least he had done his part in trying to create peace in the situation. To know that he had at least dealt with the situation in the proper way. That when they came up against him with evil, he didn't return evil for evil. He didn't try to fight fire with fire, but rather he tried to bring peace into the situation. And that could bring consolation as well, to know that, well, at least I did my part to try to make the situation better. And we can find consolation in that as well when people speak out against us and when people are being antagonistic against us. As we not return evil for evil, as Romans chapter 12 talks about, as we return a blessing for cursing, as we do the best that we can to be at peace with all people, we can take consolation in the fact that we're doing our part to produce peace. They may be for war. They may be for just trying to cause conflict and trying to just come up against us. But at least we're doing the right thing and trying to bring resolve or resolution to the situation. And so that can bring consolation as well. So when we are slandered against, when people are lying about us, it can be a very distressful situation. But we can take consolation in knowing that God is for us. We can go to God in our prayers and he will hear us in our troubles. We can take consolation in the fact that what they're saying against us are actually lies, that we know at least that we are doing the right thing and that what they're saying is wrong, and that God knows that we are not engaged in the things that they're saying we're engaged in. And then thirdly, we can take consolation in the fact that we're dealing with the situation in the proper way by wanting peace, by desiring peace in the situation, and not causing more strife and more contention in the situation. And so these are some things that we can have consolation in as we engage in these various situations in the proper way. So these are some things we can reflect on and think about as we do our reading today. With that, guys, I do thank you for watching the video today. Hope you guys have a great day. Love you guys. God bless.